Good evening, sports fans! Crobat for the win of the Token Minorities here today with Season 8, Week 7 of the NPL against the Anaheim Altarias, coached by Ace of Bass. Now this is a very important game, a absolute must-win. This determines if we have our first losing record since Week 2, or if we are still in the hunt for the playoffs. We could either be 4-3 or 3-4. I like the sound of 4-3. Now by no means is Ace an easy opponent. However, I think of the remaining matchups I have, I like this one the best. So if we can't get a win today, I don't know how we'll even make it in the playoffs. This is a must win. The buck stops here. There ain't no turning back. It's our destiny to win this. Playoffs or bust, folks. Let's go! Let's jump into the teams. Alrighty, so Ace is packing Togekiss, Latias, Thundurus, Darmanitan, Empoleon, and Mega Gallade. You guys know my team of Jamokas from the team builder yesterday, but in case you don't, I'd recommend you go check it out. My team is Lantern. Lantern's first appearance, by the way. I'm extremely excited to use it. Sylveon, Tornadus-Therian, Mamoswine, Victini, and Landorus Incarnate. My safest lead is definitely Victini because it's Choice Scarf. Can outspeed just about everything or take a hit from just about everything. Maybe first turn Final Gambit, who knows. So that's how I'm going to lead. I'm not sure how he'll lead, but we'll see momentarily. Let's start the game. Alrighty, so as promised, I lead with Victini as he leads with Thundurus. I don't like that matchup, so I want to switch into my Lantern with Volt Absorb. Now here's the matchup I wanted. It's Lantern versus Latias, and I want to explain this real quick. I normally don't pause this quickly in the game, but I want to set up a Toxic on that Latias and go for an Icy Wind immediately after so I can Volt Switch out of there, or at least set it up for Mamoswine to get a free attack off on his team, because nothing on his team, if you look, wants to take attacks from Mamoswine. Nothing at all. Now that's what I'm going to do, as you're going to see. I'm going to go for the Icy Wind right here, or right after he goes for the Psychic, that is. It'll lower his speed. Now Mamoswine outspeeds. Now CSTR is gone. It's done. He's probably going to go for Draco and KO me. But, oh my gosh.
Young, back to throw. In trouble. He's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He dives. Touchdown, 49ers.
I just decided to go for the Volt Switch after that miss. I can't believe that. Lantern lives to see another day. I go to Mamoswine, then Icicle Spear, and my plan was executed perfectly there. So he goes to Gallade and switches out to Empoleon, predicting my Sylveon, and that's fine. Not a huge deal. He does set up his rocks as I go to Tornadus-Therian to defog them away. I know this Mon has a pretty good matchup against most of his team, so I'm gonna Hurricane, and you know what? I'm gonna pause for a moment. He gets confused. I'm just gonna let the music speak for itself in this moment. Normally I narrate silly stuff like this, but the music will speak for itself. Alrighty, so as you guys just saw, that Empoleon was confused multiple times by my Hurricane. I got a crit, and he got no attacks off, and I feel really bad about that. I'm so sorry, Ace, but I can't deny it was pretty funny. Like, even him in the chat feels bad, man. Dot. No, but I'm so sorry. That is horrible hacks. The reason why I stayed in fairness, was, you know, this Tornadus-Therian I know would be able to take just about anything from an Empoleon, even an Ice Beam. So I was like, alright, I just don't want him getting free rocks up, so I may as well just ride the confusion wave as long as I can. I did not expect that to happen, that's for sure. Now it's Tornadus versus Thunderous, so let's resume the game. I'm going to switch out and go into Lantern, hoping, because if he tries to set up, I know I can take one Grass Knot, and I do right here. So now I can get an Icy Wind off on this thing, and with that Icy Wind, Mamoswine now outspeeds, and Landorus Incarnate now outspeeds, etc. Most of the mons on my team outspeed now. So here's Mamoswine. I can go for an Icicle Spear. I figured the Darmanitan was coming in, but if there was some chance he was going to stay in to try to just get an attack off, did not want that at all. So the Darmanitan superpowers as I switch out, because I don't want Mamoswine to take an attack from that thing. So it's all good though. I just V-create on a switch. It's a Scarf V-create, does quite a lot to Togekiss, probably a bulky one too. It's not quite in 2-hit KO range, or range where I can feel comfortable, especially with defense drops, so I'd rather switch out, go into Landers. Landers can go for Sludge Wave on the switch, which puts Thunderous in a critical red range. Now I go to Victini, which I know can take any one attack from Thunderous, and then outspeed it the next turn. Now is my chance for a Bolt Strike to take on the incoming Togekiss. I go for 2 Bolt Strikes, and here we go.
That gets under the glove of Santana into the right field corner. Coughlin on his way to third. Schwarber to second. Gary Jones is going to send Coughlin. Schwarber all the way to third.
Togekiss is down. It's still 5-3. We are winning this game. Gallade comes in, so I switch into Sylveon to take any attack. It's Choice Scarf, but he knocks off my Scarf. Then again, as long as I live the Zen Headbutt, and I do, I could go for Hyper Voice.
Boom, shakalaka.
That was so exciting. I need to fodder this thing off because I don't want to take any chances with this Thunders. I don't know if it is HPI, so I'm just going to take the safe move, go into Victini to Bolt Strike, and now here's Darmanitan against the world. I switch to Landorus to take the Flare Blitz, and looking back, of course, it sounds like, why would you do that? But at the same time, I was expecting him to go for the Rock Slide or go for the Earthquake or something like that to take out the Victini, when in fact, that's obviously not what happened, and looks a little silly now. I don't know why he'd go for the Flare Blitz on the Victini, knowing it would absolutely not KO, but oh well. Maybe I could have got a 4-0 if I just stayed in. At the end of the day, I am still going to be victorious and win this game in a big fashion, 3-0. I am in utter shock at this point about this game. It was pretty darn crazy with the amount of hacks. I can't deny, I basically just hacked my way through that game. But it's not like I intended to hacks Ace out, if you get what I'm saying. I still think I had a great matchup. I liked the sets that I was using. Lantern put in so much work. Granted, it taking dodging a major attack to do so, but I am utterly amazed, not gonna lie. Good job, Lantern. What an awesome pickup. And now, let's get back to SportsCenter, where we've got former coach Tom Coughlin's reaction to the game.
First thing I want to say is the game today was a very physical game. We knew that we were coming into that. We knew it would be very, very physical. It was.
Coach Coughlin, do you think the win today was only due to hacks?
You're not going to get me to say that. I'm sorry. That's not my purpose in being here.
Coach Coughlin, what do you think were the LA Nidokings' strongest attributes this week?
The one thing that I complimented our players on was that we did not allow any distraction to keep us from the reason that we came here. We came to win, and we did win. You know, we continue to play good, solid football. We got some points today. We got +3, and we gave up some plays, and we got some big plays. So that kind of evened itself out.
The Pokemon Times is currently reporting that Empoleon and Tornadus Therian got into a fight after the game. Do you have any comment?
I have no comment about that stuff. You saw it. I saw it. The next thing you know, it was a ruckus, and that's all I knew.
It was clear.
Nothing else?
That is it, Coach. Have a good evening. That was former coach Tom Coughlin's thoughts on the game. Next up on SportsCenter, we've got TTM Danza, coach of the Los Angeles Nidokings, with his post-game speech. The playoffs are nigh, and we can almost taste them. We're in 4th now in this week, within striking distance of even higher. We've got to squeeze every last ounce of sweat out of this team if we want to make it to the top. We need just one more inch. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make a flippin' difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that inch. And I know, if I'm gonna have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. We're onward to Maddie next week, a testament to our ability and trying to get as close to our goal as possible within an inch. We'll see you next week. Now that concludes this episode of SportsCenter. I will see you guys next week. Peace out.